Hello, this is Delphi, and in this video I'm going to be exploring a fascinating nighttime phenomenon which used to be known as old hag syndrome but is most commonly known today as sleep paralysis. Now, you might recognise this if you've ever had the experience just as you are coming out of dreaming in the morning as you wake up, you start to become acutely aware of the fact that you can't move. This sense of paralysis leaves you feeling as if you literally can't move your body, and you may even try to call out but realise that you can't. Now, today we might refer to this as sleep paralysis. However, at one point, this experience was sometimes known as old hag syndrome. In fact, I refer to it as old hag syndrome in my book Answers in the Dark. The reason for this was, alongside the feeling of sleep paralysis, people also often described a sensation as if someone was pushing on their chest, or a hallucination, a vision of being able to see some sort of presence or shadow in the room with them. As they started to wake up, though, they realised that shadow wasn't there, and in fact it was the process of coming out of dreaming sleep that caused them to experience what they saw. The reason it was called old hag syndrome was in reference to the shape of the figure, the shadow or the hallucination that they could see as they were coming out of dreaming sleep and experiencing this sleep paralysis. The good news is it's only temporary. Sleep paralysis shouldn't last more than a couple of minutes, and before too long you should find that you're able to move again in the way that you normally would. Of course, if it's becoming a regular problem, if it's really starting to disrupt your sleep, or if you're finding that it's causing you significant distress, then do go to your doctor so that they'll be able to help you understand why it might be happening and what you can do about it. Well, like many experiences, the reasons that we have them may vary, but it won't surprise anyone to know that stress can be a contributing factor. Something else I talk about in Answers in the Dark is the first night effect. And this is some research that suggests that whenever we stay in a new environment, we don't tend to sleep so well. You'll know yourself, for example, that if you've ever stayed in a hotel, your first few nights, perhaps or even weeks in a new home, you might notice that you don't sleep particularly well. And one of the reasons for this may be that our brain is just settling in to our new environment. Your brain has its own internal bodyguard to make sure that we're safe, and it's constantly scanning our environment to make sure that we're not in any danger. So one of the reasons might be that we are experiencing a low level of stress, which in turn interrupts our sleep, and by extension of that, we experience this sleep paralysis. Certainly, reducing the amount of stress that we're under during the day is helpful, although depending on our circumstances, it's not always possible. With that in mind, we know that the hour before bedtime is incredibly important in helping us set ourselves up for good quality sleep. If you can, try to unwind in the hour before bedtime, maybe listen to some calming music, perhaps do some meditation activities if they're useful for you, and you might find that that helps the quality of your sleep. If you're going at 100 miles an hour all day, that's going to show up in the quality of your sleep, and by extension may extend into your waking experiences with this form of sleep paralysis. So winding down before bedtime can be helpful. There are a load of mindfulness and mindfulness meditation activities in Answers in the Dark that you might find helpful in helping you relax and unwind.